Andy for Last Spell Boxing down at Shinfield's gym on this beautiful Sunday morning, joined by head of John Ashton Promotions, Harry Ashton. How are you, pal?
I'm good, thank you, Andy. How you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, really good, pal. Really good. So, before we go forward and talk about what's happening on the 1st of June, we never actually got a chance to talk about the brilliant night that was the last time out.
Yeah, cracking show, wasn't it? Real good show. Good fights all around. Main event between Fraser Morgan and Sean Bruce was a cracker. Obviously, it's a shame about the result for Fraser, but it was a real good fight, wasn't it?
Absolute barnstormer, mate. Fraser showed balls of steel, I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I think exactly the same really. I don't think really could have done more to show his art and everything like that. And I think he's definitely from that gained a lot of experience and a lot of respect from it really, because it was grueling 10 rounds and fair play to him. I know there's not many young lads who would stick in there for 10 rounds of a proper war, for sure it was.
Absolutely devastated afterwards, as you can imagine, mate. And it's difficult to console somebody when they're in that frame of mind straight away after the fight. But I'm sure now, since the dust settled, he's realised how well he did in the fight. One comment that stuck with me come from Cole Greaves. Right. And he was saying that he was exactly the same age as Fraser when he fought for his first title and lost. Yeah,
I heard him say that as well, actually. And that's it. He is such a young lad as well. And to take the chance that he had at that time and that age was showed of enough heart anyway, then after the fight and stuff. But no, it was good to see him back in the gym. He's been training and stuff, what's good. And hopefully we'll see him back out there again soon and shows what kind of prospect he is, because he's a real good fighter. And as you say, it's just probably not the right time age-wise for him, but he'll definitely be back, so that's good to see.
Harry, switch up of venue this time out. Yeah. You're down at Alfreton Leisure Centre, I believe.
Yes, Alfreton Leisure Centre, bigger venue. It's nice long hall there. So I think it holds about 800 there. So it's bigger than Arleston Hall. What's a nice mix-up venue, and it's a real nice venue. Really nice venue.
So let's go through the card, pal. You'll tell me what you can tell me about the fights, because as everybody knows, mate, especially small hall shows, how difficult it is to get opponents in, and you always get pull-outs. Regardless, things can be locked in. How much of a nightmare can it be?
Oh, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare. Everyone keeps telling me I'm going to lose my hair, but still there at the moment. But no, it's a nightmare. You have people 2 weeks before drop out, or someone gets cut in a fight, and then you're scrambling again trying to sort something. But it's a nightmare. But it's all part of the game, isn't it? You learn to love it, I suppose.
Right, let's start off with top of the bill then. Liam Dring, he's had a little bit of a difficult time recently with things. I mean, I don't know what you can say about what should have happened, but my understanding is he should have got a title fight. His opponent got injured. Don't even know if you can name his opponent, but his opponent got injured. That obviously fell through, and you've been working really hard in the background to make another opponent and that title fight again. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, it all kind of happens, but we've got it all sorted now. We're just waiting to cross a few things behind the back of the scenes, but yeah, no, still for the Commonwealth Silver light flyweight title. So it's a real good opportunity for Liam, and it's going to be a great fight to head the card. It just shows really. I mean, last show with the Midlands title, and then this show with the Commonwealth, it just kind of shows what we want to put in there for the boxers and give them opportunities with big fights on big shows like that.
Apologies for that. Always happens at the wrong time, don't it? Right, it's about time Liam got these big fights, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's 8-1 now. He's had a lot of building up experience. Good fight last time against Camille Barley, I think it was, from France. And it's about time he does get the shot he deserves. So looking forward to it on June 1st. It's going to be a cracking main event, and should be a good night for Liam, we're hoping.
Right, next up, Jack Mantell. Very impressive performances last couple of times out. Last time he ended up getting an opponent very late on, who was out of his weight, and still performed really well, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Still got the win. What was good for Jack. I mean, we've got plans for Jack. I mean, coming off the win with Taylor Gregg before, that was a big win for Jack. And then, as you say, fighting a guy who's bigger last time and getting the win was it was good for him, but it was a bit of a challenge being a bigger guy. But no, it's fighting Jensen Irvin on June 1st. It'll be another challenge, a step up for Jack there as well. So fingers crossed he comes through that, and then we've got stuff planned for Jack. I know he's wanting to get a title shot, hopefully soon, so that could be in the near future. But yeah, just got to get through the fight with Jensen, and I'm sure that will be a good 6-rounder for him and a good fight.
Really tough opponent, Jensen. Not your typical journeyman because he's got wins on his record and only been stopped once.
Yeah, exactly. I think he won his first 4 fights as well, so it shows he knows how to box, he knows what he's doing. And I think that's what Jack needs really. He's at a point in his career now where he does need to challenge himself, and that's the kind of fight I want to get for Jack, and it's just about getting the right fights at the right time for Jack now. And I think this one for Jensen's perfect, for Jack against Jensen's perfect. And then after that, I think we kind of know roughly what we want him to do, but see more about that in the future. But that would be if what we're thinking is going to happen, that would be a cracking fight, and one would definitely be main event worthy as well. So fingers crossed everything goes well June 1st, then we can get that one sorted.
Obviously, Jack fights at super welter.
Yeah.
He's eyeing the Midland area title, which currently is held by Ashley Eels, who won that really close fight against Stanley Stannard at Leicester Centre. I think you were there for that fight.
Yes, I was there just before actually. I didn't see the whole fight for that one, but I mean Stan Stannard's a great boxer, so for Ashley to get the win there, it kind of shows what Ashley's all about as well, especially in the away corner. But I think he's defending that soon as well, so we'll be definitely keeping an eye on, see how that goes, and then hopefully I know Jack will be keen to see what happens there and see where that takes him.
Yeah, I believe he's defending against James Richardson on the 29th of June. So, kind of aligns quite well with your card. You know, those 2 fights happening. So there's a potential then, and I don't want to put words in your mouth because I'm sure you're working on it, but there's a potential then that maybe Jack could get the winner.
Possibly. I mean, it's definitely something that could be looked at. I know we've got plans for Jack to what gets him there at the right time and that sort of stuff. But it's definitely worth keeping an eye on to see what does happen on that show. And I'm sure Jack will be interested in the winner, whether it be James or Ashley. I'm sure he'll be very interested in both of them.
Okay. 2 slick Jimmy Burnside.
Yeah,
absolute brilliant fighter, mate. I don't think we've even touched on his potential as a fighter. He's going in against Stephen Jackson, I believe, unless that's been changed.
No, that's right. Still fighting Steve Jackson. I mean, Jimmy's still young there, so it's still just building him, getting him the right fights, getting him the experience he needs, and then Steve Jackson's another tough, experienced opponent. So it'll be a good fight for Jimmy, just to build him at the right pace. Really, don't want to rush him too much or chucking him in too above his feet. So it's just building him at the right time. But it'll be a good fight for Jimmy, tough fight. Looking forward to that one.
Like you say, very young.
Yeah.
5-0. Stephen Jackson has a wealth of experience. Over 50 fights, only been stopped twice, knows his way around the ring. These are the type of opponents that are going to teach Jimmy a lot, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's just it. It's just building him up at the right time. These kind of guys are giving him the experience he does need, and a few more of these fights. And Jimmy's coming on really well. I mean, he's a real good talent. So we don't want to rush too much. We're just taking our time with him, getting him the right fights. And I mean, he keeps showing fight by fight that is building on it and is looking better every single time. So it's definitely one to keep an eye out. Jimmy Burnside for sure he is.
Okay, Smoking Joe Collins.
Yeah.
He's been out for 8 months. Last fought in October. Where do you see Joe going?
I mean, Joe's still young as well. I mean, he's at a heavy. I always like heavyweight, so he's at a bigger division, and he's still a young lad. So it's I know it's probably harder from up those weights as well, where you're coming in with the bigger guys at times with the man strength that Joe's nearly getting there, I suppose. But yeah, no, 8 months out of the ring, so looking forward to seeing him back in action. It's fighting Tom Ramsdale, what's going to be a bit of a step up for Joe. I'm sure he'll come through a bit of a step up in opponent. Tom's a good boxer. Won last night actually. Oh no, sorry, we fought last night actually. So came through that all well. What was good to see. So we're not scrambling for an opponent there. But yeah, no, young lad, still 22. I mean, he's got time ahead of him. So it's just again similar with Jimmy really, just building him up and seeing where he can go. But he's had some good fights, especially on the unlicensed scene when he fought the likes of Ty Mitchell. If anyone watching the Fury thing last night will know that he's been sparring there with Fury. So obviously Joe's had those tough fights, and it's just about building on him now.
Struggled a bit at the very start of his career.
Yeah.
Struggled to find his feet, but he's on a roll now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a bit of a slow start, but he seems to be finding his feet now. What's good, and just needs to keep going with it, just getting him the right matches. I think this match on June 1st will be a nice little challenge for him, especially with it being 8 months out of the ring. It would be a good little test for him, really, and I'm looking forward to that one with Tom Ramsdale.
Okay, moving on to the Northampton Warrior in Toby Bassett. Perfect record to date. Looking like he's going to be something, right?
Yeah, top prospect, Toby. Really looking forward to seeing him again. 2 undefeated, looked both good in both fights. Faced Jordan Grannon last time, what was very experienced, but also a very good boxer. I think he was coming off of 2 wins when Toby fought him. So I know Toby was thinking, like, this lad obviously knows what he's doing, and he came through it well. He looked good, looked the part, and just keeps growing. Every time I see him in the gym, he's looking bigger, stronger. Real good prospects. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does on June 1st.
Real test, this fight. Am I right in thinking it's still Edgar Romero?
Well,
Is that maybe not the case?
it changed a little bit. Edgar got cut on Friday, it was, so unfortunately he's no longer there. You know what it is, it's part of the game, isn't it? But we're looking for Finger, and I think we've got it sorted anyway, so we'll be in there back on June 1st for another good match for him.
That's exactly what we were talking about right at the start of this interview.
Yeah.
I obviously wasn't aware of that. It hasn't changed on BoxRec, which tells me it's very obviously to happen very, very soon. And once you get a fighter like that, I mean, I think I looked and Edgar Romero got like 4 or 5 fights lined up or something like that. That's what happens, you know. That's what a journeyman does. But once they get caught, they can't fight.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, it would have been a good challenge for Toby as well. I mean, he had a good record, tough Mexican opponent. I've actually seen him box over in Canada before, so I knew a bit about Edgar as well. So it'd have been good to see how Toby had gone in there and done with him. But as you say, he got the cut on Friday. It's two pullouts for Toby this card so far. So I know it is what it is, but we should all be good. We have got an opponent lined up already, so. Just getting that over the line, then we can announce who he's going to be fighting. But no concerns or anything there. So all's good.
I've spoke about this with Toby before. After one of the shows, he's so level-headed. Yeah. He won't let that affect him one little bit.
No, exactly. And I think these kind of things all build on experience, really. I mean, it is the game. It is what it is, and you learn to know that. And it's like Toby in his second fight and is still learning. These are the kind of things he just needs to take in his stride and understand it is what it is. Unfortunately, he can't do anything about it. But as long as he's fighting on June 1st, what he will be, that's all that matters to him. And I'm sure he'll come through whoever he's fighting, because he's a good boxer, great middleweight, and he's a lot of talent in there.
Okay, moving on to Jake Morgan. Jake's currently 4-1. I'm hoping this one hasn't changed. Fighting Luke Flash.
Yeah, still fighting Luke. Real tough fight for Jake last time. The lad he fought was good, very good lad. So it was a tough match for him, but he showed what he's made of and came through it brilliantly. And back again, obviously on June 1st with Luke Flash. I'm sure he'll come through there again. And Jake's looking good. I mean, he's found his weight now at featherweight, so he's looking good there. And then just going from there, and I know next fight, what we're looking at, possibly like to see him try and get that rematch against Nabil Ahmed if possible. But yeah, no, it's just great fight last time for Jake, and looking forward to seeing more of that on June 1st from for sure.
Top stuff. Jake's is a real good lad. Very, very tough, just like his brother. Must be something in the water in that family.
Yeah, they must get it from the dad. I'm sure they do. I'm sure John Morgan's got a bit of toughness in there, so they must get it from him. But yeah, no, Jake's a tough lad, and you see him sparring in there at times. Some of the spars they have, he is tough, and he can take a shot for sure. He can.
Harry, last but not least on the bill, we've got debutant Sam Whitehead. Obviously, going to be a very exciting time for him.
Yeah, no, he's coming on every time I see him in the gym there, so looking forward to that for Sam. Fighting Liam Griffiths, so it's an experienced guy. I think it's a good debut for Sam, just show what he's made of. But no, yeah, about the time he got in there, he had a couple on the unlicensed scene and looked brilliant in both of those. Then with the amateur experience as well, so is there going to be a good fight? I'm looking forward to that one and seeing what Sam can do on the pro scene. I'm sure every time I see him in the gym, he's always cool, calm, collected, as they say. So looking forward to see how he does on June 1st.
Am I right in thinking he's still fighting Liam Griffiths?
Yes, that is right.
Very, very tough. Very, for a debut,
Yeah.
real tough fight because there's lots and lots of experience there. He's had close to 100 fights, only been stopped 4 times.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's a good match for Sam though, just to see where he is at. I mean, every time I see him in there, he whips those body shots in brilliantly. So I'm looking forward to just seeing how he does go on with that little challenge there for him. But I think he'll come through it. He's a very tidy boxer, and I think he'll be good.
Okay, Harry, last off then. Anyone watching this now, once it lands on the channel tomorrow, where did they buy tickets from? Who did they go to? Can they buy them off the fighters? Can they come down to the gym, buy them off the gym?
Yeah, any of the fighters on the card, you can reach out to the Shinfield's gym, John Ashton Promotions. We all have tickets, so reach out to any of us, and we'll be able to sort you out.
I know from experience of coming down to these shows, your dad puts a really good promotion on, and you, sorry, put a really good promotion on as well. Sorry. I think people that just love boxing ought to be coming down. You don't need to be a fan of these fighters. You just need to come down and love boxing because they're always a brilliant show.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we've got 7 fights on there. Great main event for the Commonwealth Silver title, and then the other 6 fights. A lot of great 50-50 fights there, and real challenges for the Shinfield lads. So it's going to be interesting to see how they all come through there. But it is a real 50-50 card on all the fights. So I'd say if you're a fan of boxing, it's worth getting a ticket for. It's not going to be an all one-sided shutout. I can tell you that. There's going to be a lot of good fights in there. So it's one to get tickets for if you can.
Harry, thanks for your time. Always appreciated, mate. I'll see you on Fight Night.
Perfect. See you on Friday now, Andy. Thanks a lot, mate.